This episode sponsored by our viewers. Thanks to folks like Ellie, Ivar, and Connor, we've been able to continue producing episodes. Our most dedicated sponsors are those that enjoy the show. You can show your support at everydaydrinkers.tv/donate. Welcome to Sunday Night Shooters. I am your host, Derek Schomer, and today we're creating the fire extinguisher. Recipe calls for fire and extinguishing by Donnie. It's Fireball whiskey, and I'm using Cool Swan.
It does kind of extinguish it.
Does it?
But it just really makes it a creamy fireball.
Can't hurt. So again, part of the Facebook, I'm looking for recipes we haven't used in a while. Everybody's like, Cool Swan! So here's Cool Swan. We're using it. Here's Fireball whiskey in a layered cocktail. Now, I've layered it ahead of time for a photo. And not 100% sure that I like the layer.
It doesn't layer clean.
It does not layer clean, and I blame that on the fact that my ice is stuck.
You can't get your ice out.
Yeah, that was weird. The Fireball whiskey, while it is whiskey, some of that sugar that you're going to get out of that cinnamon flavor, I'm guessing, whiskey with natural flavors. It says whiskey without the E.
They just soak whiskey in a bunch of fireballs.
But you're gonna get it tastes like heaven, burns like hell.
That's
what
clever.
happens next is up to you. Ignite the night. I like it. It's a good marketing thing. But it just doesn't layer well. I think it's the sugars are starting to sink in. Now, the recipe was listed as Fireball whiskey, Irish cream, layer it. That doesn't work. Tried that. Put the whiskey, Irish cream just drops right. It looks really cool, but it kind of, you could try this at home. It drills right down the center like this weird globule.
Could it depend on what Irish cream though too?
Maybe.
Like if you used a Bailey's as opposed to.
I would think in this
Swan?
case it depends more on the whiskey because Irish cream can, like cognac and stuff, layer on top of Irish whiskey pretty well. But that's a distilled
Irish cream.
Irish cream really well. But it's a distilled spirit, so they tend to be a little lighter than water. And I don't know if the is it relative, absolute, specific gravity, whatever one of those gravities, is lighter than water for this. So what I did is I reversed them. For good or bad, dump in a half ounce of whiskey, a half ounce of Irish cream, and let's be honest, if it doesn't friggin' layer, who cares? It's going to taste like heaven and burn like hell. So...
You just wanted to use that, didn't you?
Well, I mean, yeah, a little bit. So I'm going to try and layer it in a different type of glass than I took the shot in, so maybe this will be better. Oh, I did it reverse again. I was supposed to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
after you just said.
After I said it. But this is looking really cool, so I'm sticking with this. Oh, wow. I think we should stick this direction. This is really neat looking. It looks like thunderstorms.
Our computer's flipping out.
Oh, yeah, that's really loud. I'm not 100% sure which layer comes out better, so you could experiment. You can indeed layer things this way. You can layer it so that they sink under it.
Like the brain.
Like the brain. Hemorrhage. And see, look, it works somewhat. But the problem is with the Irish cream, it leaves that tear down the edge. I don't care, though. This is really super cool looking. That's epic. It's epic and geeky. And it doesn't curdle. It just stays in these neat lines. Maybe that's curdling, but it doesn't look like curdle. Whatever. Super awesome. But it is kind of layering out. Nice. Oh, wait. Ghetto zoom. Do a ghetto zoom so you guys can see that up close. That's the ghetto zoom. Try it in the other order, the right way or the wrong way, and see what you get. Yeah, it's like you took a nice fiery burn at the end. It's either like you put something in cream, like a Fireball in cream, and put it in the freezer, let it harden, and ate it, and then just took a bite out of it, like you get that nice cream around it. Or almost like that honey glaze that you get on a donut around a Fireball.
Honey glazed Fireball.
Think about it, that's a really nice idea. Honey glazed Fireball. Maybe we should change from fire extinguisher to honey glazed Fireball. I like it because it brings the spice, but that cream helps neutralize it, so you're getting the nice cinnamon action, the slight heat.
I mean, it's kind of like a fireball, where fireballs are sweet and then they start to get hot. This is kind of similar to that.
Similar to that. It kind of gets sweet and then gets a little fiery at the end. The difference between a real fireball is it keeps seeming to get hotter and hotter until you break that initial shell, and then it's just that candy center that doesn't really have anything going on. I think this is more dynamic than that. Definitely entertaining.
So much more dynamic.
It is. It's dynamic. And it's a pretty damn good shooter. So if you're looking to make some shooters, let's give it a whirl and see how you like
Even
it.
if it doesn't layer, it still tastes good.
Right. Yes. Practice your layering. See if you can get it perfect. Tell me which way worked best for you. Question of the day. Have you ever, and I know a lot of people watch the show, but have you ever layered a cocktail? Lots of people watch. We have, I don't know if we can say this, but we have a lot of, not a lot, but we have a few people that aren't even old enough to drink alcohol that watch it just for entertainment value. Like, they're not
So
making
they
anything.
say.
So they say. And that's the right thing to do. If you are making this and you're underage,
We don't want to know about it.
you should definitely say, I love your show. I'm underage. I can't make anything, but I like watching it. And that's fine.
I'm just learning for when I hit 21.
Right. And people have been saying I'm getting all this stuff, understanding. And in a way, it helps them respect it a little more because we don't get all stupid. We're trying to create drinks that you can kind of experiment with the flavors.
Well, unless we have guests.
That's stupid in a different way. So, there's some respect that we, I hope, bring to the show. But when you sit at home and you're making a cocktail and you watch the show and you're like, I want to make this, I want to make that, how many people actually have made our layered cocktails and have you mastered the layer? Weird.
Ghost.
Ghost. Or it could just be this.
Could be, but
Could
it's a
be.
ghost.
I'm going with Ghost because it's a much cooler story. EverydayDrinkers.tv, we're teaching you how to drink. Fire.
Ghosts.
Or ghosts. Or both.
Ghosts on fire.
Fiery ghosts.